Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Chinamen podcast. So, we'll move on to the next team that is there. That is the Delhi Capitals. So, first, let's see the released players that they have. They have Kimo Paul, Sandeep Lamishane from Nepal, Alex Carey, Mohit Sharma, Tushar Deshpande, Jason Roy. So, they have traded Harshal Patel and Daniel Sams to Bangalore. So, your thoughts on this? We'll start with Nidesh.
Uh, Delhi, when it released players, it had to ensure when it is entering the auctions, they just needed to cover up their bench strength itself. Because all the players that were released, all of them on most of the days won't make it to the playing 11, right? Only Alex Carey would have made some days, like if Rishabh Pant had an injury or what. But all the others, they were less likely to be in their playing 11 anyways.
Okay. Prabhu?
Yeah, so as far as their released players, I think Jason Roy was of no use to them because already their batting is so good with so many Indian players there. Apart from that, I think Daniel Sams they traded to RCB, so that is a trade as far, I think for RCB. So yeah, these are the two things that I noticed.
Okay. Aditya?
Kimo Paul, Sandeep Lamichane, and Alex Carey were really good decisions to leave because I don't think so they were even in the form or even performing. And talking about Jason Roy, this is a kind of a surprise to me. He's a good batsman given a proper chance and consistently इन्होंने बराबर chance दिए नहीं है इसको. So I think if given proper chances, he can bat very well in the top order. So leaving him out was kind of a shocker for me.
Okay. I just felt a little bit bad for Sandeep Lamishane because, he was getting his chances because they don't play that much international cricket and he was just getting his chances here. Just a little bit sad for him. Okay, we'll move on to the batsmen. Of course, the big name there is Steven Smith, but then they got him for a really low price as well. Apart from that, they got Sam Billings as well. So, one thing that I noticed when I was making this was they didn't have any foreign players apart from Shimron Admire. He was the only one that was there. They didn't have anyone else. It was all Indian players throughout. So, yeah, thoughts on Steven Smith first. Nitesh, what do you think about Steven Smith?
I think Steven Smith was a steal for them. I was surprised when they were not looking interested for Finch as well. But because like with Ricky Ponting being there, I was sure that they would go for either Smith or Finch, and they went for Smith. And I think with Ricky Ponting's presence in the squad, as in the team, he will get to play, and I think he will perform.
Okay.
Provided he doesn't, fake another injury or something like that.
Okay. Prabhu, your thoughts on Steven Smith and Sam Billings as well?
Yeah, I think Steve Smith, as it was pointed out, he was the steal of the auction for 2.2 crores. That too at a mini auction for such a low price. That too, all the teams will have so much money and no one even bid for him. I think RCB started the bidding, but then Delhi took him. So I think that.
Okay.
And as far as Sam Billings is concerned, I think he's just there to cover up for places in the squad.
Okay. Bafna?
Yes, as everybody mentioned, he was a steal of the auction. But then, I also remember one tweeting about Smith after the auction that don't be surprised if some hamstring, or some injury happens right just before boarding the flight. Because he also tweeted about like Steve Smith not being able to be away from his wife. So he's like, one bola ki don't be surprised if he fakes an injury and stays home with his wife.
Okay. So, would I mean, do you think that he would get a chance in that batting level? Because they have, I mean, their batting is set because Shikhar and Shaw will open. They have Rahane at one down. They have Shreyas Iyer two down. Three down, Rishabh Pant is there. They might need Shamran Atma at, I mean, six coming in at number six. So where would Steven Smith fit in if he has to play? Where would you play him? Would you play him instead of Rahane?
Yes, exactly. Instead of Rahane, I think Steven Smith आएगा, and he'll play either two down or three down. And I think two down will be like coming in up for number four. That will be the best place for Steven Smith in a T20. They'll test him out for a couple of games. If he clicks, then ठीक है. Otherwise, they'll just drop him and bring on Ajinkya Rahane. That is my thinking about it.
Okay, what do the others think, Nitesh?
I think they will eventually start out with both Prithvi Shaw and Rahane as one of them as openers and one as one down. If Shreyas Iyer is not willing to play at one down, because even if Shreyas plays at one down, they have Pant there, then they can get Shamran Hitmaier there down there, and like with the form Pant right now is in, and with Akshar Patel also coming down, so I think they can do without both of them also, but eventually they'll start with Prithvi Shaw and Ajinkya Rahane as one of the opener and one down. They'll wait for one of them to up, and then Smith will be in, because I don't think Ricky Ponting will let Smith sit on the bench for a long time, because he's a international cricketer, and I think these guys, they take it to their egos.
Okay. Prabhu?
I think a bit differently. I'm guessing Steve Smith would open the batting with Shikhar Dhawan, and then it will be followed by Shreyas Iyer, probably then Rahane and Rishabh Pant.
Okay, that I mean does make sense because Prithvi Shaw is not in form ever since Ravi Shastri said all those things. Okay, we'll move on to the all-rounders. They had like two good all-rounders. I mean, three in fact. They had Akshar Patel, they had Stoinis, and they had Ashwin as well. Chris Stokes was always there. They got in Tom Curran at 5.25 crores. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Tom Curran was just a tactic to increase your bench strength. I think given any day, Marcus Stoinis will be in the playing 11 if he is 100% fit. Because that guy, he can play, you can open with him, you can play him anywhere in the middle order or lower down the order, and Marcus Stoinis will give you 4 overs any day. So Tom Curran was just a bench strength move.
Okay, what do the others think about it?
So, talking about Akshar Patel, I don't think so. They'll start playing him off right from the start. Otherwise, if it is a turning track or something like that, they might play him. So, what I think is they'll go with Marcus Stoinis for sure. He's like 100% going to be in the playing 11, be any track or anything, and Ravichandran Ashwin as well. These will be the first two picks, and Tom Curran, as he said, it is just bench strength that they wanted. For example, if somebody gets injured or if some international player gets national duty call and ऐसा कुछ होता है तो Tom Curran will fill in, and Tom Curran also can bat, and he's also a pretty decent bowler. So that was a very good move to get him in, and they also I think they got him for a higher price than what he deserves, but then it is IPL, so yes, unexpected things happen.
Okay. Prabhu, your thoughts?
I think they would play three from that all-rounders list. Probably Akshar Patel, Marcus Stoinis, and Ashwin would be.
Okay. Okay, coming to the bowlers, they had quite a number of bowlers. They had Rabada as well. They had Ishan Sharma, Amit Mishra. They went and they got in Umesh Yadav and a couple of uncapped players. So, I have first thoughts on Umesh Yadav.
I think when they went in for the auction, the probability of a South Africa and a Pakistan series, just as at the starting of IPL, was high. So with respect to that, I think Umesh Yadav was bought in, because if suppose both Rabada and Nortje are out, like I think they have not come, and then these quarantine rules and all are there, then they will have to play Umesh Yadav as their second pacer. That is why I think he was got bought in.
Okay. Your thoughts, Bafna?
Amit Mishra, I think he was underutilized last season and the previous ones as well. But yes, Ishan Sharma is going to be in the 1,100%, and so is Rabada and Norkia. I think Delhi's strength this season is going to be their spearheads and fast bowling, and so they're going to heavily depend on them. And in the middle overs, they'll be depending on the all-rounder Ravichandran Ashwin, and if it is Marcus Stoinis or Akshar Patel for the spin. And I don't think so. Amit Mishra is going to get a lot of chances unless the matches are Chennai or Bangalore or a pitch like Delhi, a good turning track. So yes, and I also think that Ahmedabad is also going to be one of the venues for the IPL. So after seeing the test matches, we'll kind of get an idea of what kind of a track it is going to be, and that will also play a key factor because being the biggest stadium in the country, I think there will be quite a lot of matches there.
Okay. Prabhu, your thoughts on Umesh Yadav?
Yeah, I think now the DC's bowling lineup looks a lot more balanced, like they're batting because they have two quick fast bowlers, then two Indian bowlers, fast bowlers in Ishan Sharma and Umesh Yadav, and apart from that, they have spin options from Mishra, Akshar, and Ashwin. So it looks a very well balanced team.
Okay. So, if you had to pick 11, who would you pick? Like, out of all these people, who would you pick the 11? Anyone, whoever thinks. I mean, so would you play all
Okay,
the
so
6 batsmen that are there, like Shreyas Iyer, Pant, Dhawan, Shaw, Rahane, or Smith, and probably another player? And would you go for like the standard 6 that they were going with the last time?
I think they're going to play four batsmen or five batsmen max and two all rounders, and then the rest will be the bowlers. Like I think Rishabh Pant is going to be there. So openers would be Shekhar Dhawan and Steven Smith, and then it will be Ajinkya Rahane, Shreyas Iyer, and then it's going to be Hetmeyer and either not Hetmeyer, it will be Marcus Stoinis and Ashwin, and then the bowlers Rabada, Norkia,
Okay.
and or Amit Mishra. So
Okay.
yes,
And like the 4 foreigners would be like Steven Smith, Stoinis, Rabada, and Nortie.
yeah, that'll be the first choice, as I think.
Okay. Anybody who thinks otherwise, like any changes in the foreign players?
Like first choice will obviously be Smith, Stoinis, Rabada, and Norgay.
Okay.
But if they are supposed to bench Smith, then the whole batting sequence will be disturbed. So that will be interesting to see because Smith can open, but I don't think Hitmar can open. Hitmar will be their lower middle down order batsman.
Okay.
And also one more thing, as of now, they are planning to only use four grounds, three from Mumbai and one from Pune.
Okay.
So that will be interesting to see, like halfway down the tournament, how the pitches will behave.
Yeah. I mean,
So depending on that also, and the sizes of ground, because Wankhede and Brabon and DY Patil and Pune.
okay.
And Pune is generally known as a turner.
Yeah.
So for those kind of matches, I think Mishra, Akshar, and Ashwin, all three of them will be there in the squad.
Okay. Cool. We'll move on to the next team then. The new team. I mean, not new team, a new name to the name. Punjab Kings. I mean, they let out everyone. They had the highest number of money, and so I'll talk about the releases first. They let in Glenn Maxwell, Sheldon Cottrell, K. Gotham, and Mujib, even Jimmy Nisham, and also Karun Nair. So, I mean, thoughts on that first. I mean, they let out major players in Maxwell, Gautam, and even Mujib. So, what are your thoughts on that, Nitesh?
Mujib I was surprised with Mujib. Maxwell was there given, he will be released. and Cottrell because of his. I think that one over made them release him. And Nisham, they were not using him anyways. And Karun Nair didn't perform on the opportunities he was given in the starting of the tournament last year. So the only surprise for me was Mujibur Rahman because they could have used him in India.
Okay. My surprise was personally, I thought they shouldn't have let go of Krishnappa Gautam because he was playing well. He didn't
Yeah,
get many chances, but then he bats really well when it comes down the order. Bowling, yes, I mean he's been playing well. Sometimes he gets hit, but then his batting was something that they had to look for. Yeah. What do the others think, Prabhu? What are your thoughts on the players that have been released?
With Glenn Maxwell, I'm not surprised because I think they stuck with him for a really long time and he didn't perform much for them apart from one season where they went to the final. So Glenn Maxwell was definitely someone whom even I thought they would release. Gautam, again, as you pointed out, probably didn't get many chances. He played only 2 games last in the last IPL. So they let him out. And as far as Karun Nair is concerned, he is in really bad form. Even with his state team, Karnataka is not playing so well. So yeah, not no big surprises in the released.
Okay. Bafna, what do you think?
As everybody said, Glenn Maxwell was a no-brainer. It was already known that he's going to be released because given his poor form, even with the ball and with the bat. And K. Gautam was a big shocker for me because there were already speculations of teams trying to get K. Gautam because of the bowling and all that, and also the batting capabilities. And Karun Nair was a given. We didn't see much of Jimmy Neesham last season. He played a couple of games or something, and he was pretty decent. And Mujibur Rahman was also a surprise, given he was a very good spin bowler, and they shouldn't have let him out, and they should have given him more chances so that he can, at least prove himself.
We'll come to the batsman. The most surprising one that I found out was that they got David Milan for just 1.5 crores. He's currently number one in T20, and they got him for
that was a steal.
that only for 1.5 crores, and nobody else. I think nobody bid for him. It was only Kings 11. Punjab Kings who bid for him, and I was surprised that he went for his base price. And I mean, it's a really good buy. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean it is the best steal of IPL this year, considering his current T20I international ranking.
Okay. What do the others think? Any addition to that?
So, yes, getting the number one player for the base price or, an amount like 1.5 CR is a really big shocker. And I'm very shocked that no other, team wanted to bid or, fight this bidding because, I mean, he can really change the game. And also, I don't think why they kept Chris Gale. Yes, Chris Gale is someone like hit or miss. He doesn't run because I don't know. He's a huge man. He doesn't run. तो या तो वो मारेगा वरना खुद की मरवाएगा. That is what I've been saying about Gale. And also another purchase for 5.25 crores. That is Mr. Shah Rukh Khan. I think Priti Zinta bought Shah Rukh Khan just for the kick of it because of the name. Yes.
So when I spoke to one of the people who was supposed to join today, Prasanth, he said that Shah Rukh Khan was a TNPL star and he performed really well, and that is why he got.
Yeah, he was.
Why he got.
He really played good for Laika Kovai Kings. He was a part of Laika Kovai Kings and he played really well. But I think CSK should have, tried to get him because भाई ये तमिलनाडु का बंदा है and I don't see a lot of Tamil faces or Tamil Nadu ke players in the team of CSK. So they should have tried getting him. But yes, Shah Rukh Khan was a good buy by Punjab and 5.25 crores and his base price was like 20 lakhs. So that is a काफी पार्टी हुई होगी.
Okay. Prabhu, your thoughts on the
Yes.
batsman?
Yeah, first thing when I saw that David Malan went for 1.5 crores, even I thought it was a steal, considering that he's the number one ranked T20 batsman in the world. But then when I dug deep, what I found was I don't think he has played much cricket in India. So
Okay.
it will be different. And the second thing and more important thing is we should not look too much into the rankings, because if you see the rankings at number 10, it is an Afghanistani batsman in Hazratullah Zazai. Probably 10 players in India itself were better than him. So not look too much into the rankings, but I think it's still a good buy.
Okay. And thoughts about SRK?
Yeah, I really don't know much about him.
Okay.
Apart from the performance based on his performance in the Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy, they would have got him.
Okay. Coming to the all-rounders, they went for if you tried and tested Moises Hendricks. So thoughts on that? They bought him for 4.25. What are your thoughts on that? We'll start with Nitesh.
I think the only reason Moises Henry was got in, I personally feel, is because of incompetency of Chris Jordan.
Yeah, one that also brings me to the
Because
point: should they have left him out, Chris Jordan? Because personally, I felt that he hasn't performed that well in any of the IPLs, whether when he was with RCB or at the Kings 11 Punjab. So, do you think he should have been let out instead of someone else, or I mean, they could have got another player with Moises Hendricks?
I personally felt Mujib should have stayed and Chris Jordan should have left, because Mujib is a very pretty uh, dependable asset.
Okay. Bafna, your thoughts on the all-rounders?
I think they should have left out Chris Jordan and also Deepak Huda, and they should have kept Mujibur Rahman and Jimmy Neesham. And Moises Henriquez is, I don't know, I think the purchase of Moises Henriquez is because apart from Mohammad Shami and Jai Richardson, I don't think so there is any other spearhead. And I think the bowling factor was the main thing which they bought Moises for, because their batting lineup looks really long and really
Okay.
strong. So,
Probably your
yes.
thoughts on
Yeah, I
Chris
think
Jordan
Moses
and
Henriquez.
Moises Hendricks?
Moses Henriquez, I think it is a very good buy at 4.25 crore, considering how big the other all-rounders in the auction went for. And later, Dan Christian went for 4.75 crore. So I think Moses Henriquez is any day better than him, and I think it is a very good buy at 4.25 crores. Yeah, apart from that, I don't see any Indian all-rounder in that list. But someone good, I feel they should have targeted for some nice Indian all-rounders.
Yeah. Also, I mean, Moises Hendricks has played in the IPL for a long time. He knows like the pitches and well. So I think it was a good buy for them. But I don't know, like Chris Jordan is the only thing that kept me thinking about the Punjab Kings, because I think because his batting has not been good at all. His bowling has been okay in like few of the matches. I personally also felt that he should have been left out. Okay, we'll move on to the bowlers. So they got
One more thing I would like to add on Moses Enriquez is probably he'll add a lot into the leadership group also, because I think he has won back-to-back titles with Sydney Sixers in the Big Bash.
Yep, that is also there. Okay, moving to the bowlers, they didn't have any fast bowlers. I mean, any foreign players as well. The only player that stood out in that was Mohammad Shami. Ravi Krishna, of course, played well last time. Murugan Ashwin was on and off. So yeah, coming to the big buy, Jai Richardson, 14 crores, and also Riley Meredith for 8 crores. Thoughts on that? We'll start with Nitish.
Richardson was it was expected Richardson will go for a double digit, because he in IPL, like IPL auctions have a lot of their tendency to depend on flavor of the month, and Richardson was the flavor of month coming out of Big Bash, and it wasn't like I was not surprised he went for this much, and he is a good player for Punjab Kings. But I'll be interested to see will his form in Big Bash help him play in IPL as
Okay.
well.
Your thoughts, Prabhu, on Jai Richardson and Riley Meredith?
Yeah, personally, I don't think spending so much on a bowler is a good option because again, Richardson he might not have played too much cricket in India, and in Big Bash it is completely different because of the dimensions of the ground and all. But in India, I'm really not sure how well he can perform.
I think it was also the fact that they didn't have anyone and they were like really desperate to get in someone. I think they missed out on one of the players and they had to get some of the foreign players, and I think that is why they went for like 14 crores. Okay, Bafna, your thoughts on the bowlers?
So Mohammad Shami, Ravi Bishnoi, and Morgan Ashwin are like given that they're going to play. But yes, talking about the big by Jai Richardson, I think that he is really good in form right now, and being one of the being the leading wicket takers in Big Bash League this year, I think he's going to play really good cricket in India. But then, as he said, that India is completely different than Australia, given the dimensions of the ground and the people they're playing with and the pitches and all of that. And also, the weather will play a key factor in India since India's weather is also really hot and the tournament is also going to be in the summer. So that will be a really interesting thing to watch Jai Richardson perform in conditions like this.
Also, would you play both Richardson and Meredith together, or would you play only one of them?
I
Because
would I would play both of them together. Play both of them together and okay, so there are only four people that are allowed for playing in the 11, right? Foreign players.
yep.
Mm. I think they'll just play Jai Richardson first.
Okay. Nitesh, do you agree on that? They would just go with Richardson first, and then probably in one of the match they try out Meredith, and if it works out, they'll go with both.
See, if they have to go with both, they would have to either bench Moises Henriques, like one of the Moises Henriques, Nicholas Puran,
I
and
don't
David
think
Malan.
they'll drop Puran at
So
any cost.
yeah, so and so I even Malan I think will start tournament for them. Moises Henriques, I think, but again, when you see if they have paid so much for them, I think they will be the first people to be tried out. So I feel they will play both of them, and maybe Moises Enriquez will have
Prabhu,
to
same
sit
thoughts?
No,
chilling.
I kind of differ a bit. I think they'll play only Richardson because then they'll have Mohammad Shami as a fast bowler, Richardson as a fast bowler, and because Moses Enriquez is an all rounder, they'll have three options with fast bowling. So I don't think they'll go with more than that.